This is SRMMA.com. We're here at Art of War with special guest Michael Mayday McDonald from Modesto. You're here with Team Last Stand. Tell us more about the event and how you got so many people on the team coming here.
Oh man, the event is just a very family-oriented show. It's very fast-paced. The rounds are a little bit shorter than normal, so we want to get the fights going. We don't want people laying on each other.
There's a lot of fights.
There's a lot of fights, and we just got a lot of people, man. It's a great place to be. Our whole team is very family-oriented. It's a very good place to be, whether you're in, late 80s, wanting to get into shape, or you want to.
Nice
Yeah, exactly. Or you want to be a world champion or something. It's a very family-oriented place, and just everything you need is there. So we just have a lot of people that are coming up and really finding together as a family.
Well, speaking of world champion, you just got that shot. The last time I talked to you, you said you didn't have any expectations. You're just waiting to see what the UFC wants to do, and they wanted to put you in their title hunt. You're going to be fighting Renan next month. What are your thoughts? Just firstly, getting the opportunity from the UFC.
I actually don't think about it too much. I feel that when people think about the opportunities, it creates anxiety and emotions, and it clouds judgment. I think emotion clouds judgment, and I'd rather just not to think about it. I just want to think about my fight, just train, and when the fight comes, it comes, and when it's over, and then I can celebrate.
Well, your opponent, Renan, I'm sure you saw him fight Uriah Faber last for the interim title. What do you think about that matchup? What do you take from it and try to think that, maybe you can implement better than maybe Uriah did?
I don't think in terms of me trying to outdo Uriah and what Uriah did, or even trying to outdo Renan and what Renan does. I completely base my strategies off of what I'm good at, and I feel like what Renan Barao is good at is his athletics. I feel like he's a crazy good athlete and all high-flying moves. He's got good, very quick. I feel what my strengths are my basics and my defense. I don't get punched a whole lot in my fights, and I feel like when I do, it's very hard, and everything is very basic what I do. And I think if I'm going to match myself up against him and what he's good at, I'm going to lose. I'm not as athletic as him, and I don't do as high-flying moves, but I don't think he can match me when it comes to my strengths and my basics and my defense. I feel like that's what I'm making on.
Well, when there's a war between two guys that, like you and Renan, you both have amazing records, big win streaks, and not just winning, boring fights. You finish in dominant fashion. Something's eventually got to give. What do you think is your biggest attribute going into the cage? Is it your mental state? Is it your physical state? What do you think it is?
I definitely think it's my mental state. I always focus everything in my training off of martial arts over athletics. And anytime there's a martial artist versus an athlete, I always go for the martial artist. I think that's where a lot of people screw up, is they put athletics above it. They start, I'm just going to go hit pads, or I'm going to go for a run instead of learning martial arts, preparing their mind. And I feel like I go in with a very adaptable mind, no game plan, and just a solid foundation of my knowledge of martial arts, and my athletics are secondary to that.
Well, I just had two more quick things for you. This one's going to be in London. What does that travel across the pond kind of do as far as training, preparing the last week before the fight?
Not a whole lot. It's just making sure that when I go there, I rest when I need to rest. It's not this time yet, I can't rest. No, my body's going to be resting at weird times, doing weird things. I just need to let it come. It's not going to be any huge disadvantage because Renan's coming from Brazil. And exactly. He's got it worse than I do, so it's not going to be that bad. I don't have to do it perfect. I just got to do it better than my opponent.
Well, the last thing I wanted to ask you, UFC champion. I know that's something that everyone that you talk to on the amateur level, pro level is making their way up. They always talk about being UFC champion. You have the opportunity to do it. What would that mean to you as far as, leading the way for your gym and all the people that look up to you?
Well, my honest answer?
I very much do.
I don't think about it.
At all? Not one bit?
No, I don't want to think about it, and I'll think about it afterwards, and afterwards it's going to be awesome, and I'm going to celebrate it up, and I'm going to really think about what's going on. But until then, I don't want to look at a belt. I don't want to think about a belt. I don't want it there. I don't want to look at it. I just want to fight, and that's it. I don't want to even look at it. Don't talk to me about it. I'm just here to fight, and that's it. Afterwards, I'll deal with the belt.
Well, you can check out UFC.com for more information. We're talking to Michael Mayday McDonald, fighting next month for the UFC. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem, man.
Break these chains and refuse to change.